Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today I have a comic review for you guys. So, we are looking at Heroes in Crisis issue 3. So, we know of the carnage, we know of the possible suspects, but we haven't actually seen the inside of Sanctuary. So, we're going to look on into that. So as we open on into the comic, we get to see more of the whole little interview splits. And then in the very beginning, we get to see Lagoon Boy, the Flash, Wally West, the Flash, and Booster Gold. And each one of them and their perspectives of Sanctuary. So starts off with Lagoon Boy being zapped. So, heading back into Wally West, we get to find out that he's dealing with the loss of his family. Because if you aren't as familiar with the pre-New 52 continuity, Wally West had a family. He was happily married with 2 kids. So, back into the day in question is the first day that Booster Gold is at Sanctuary, and we get to meet some of the caretakers of Sanctuary, which of course look like Ma and Pa Kent and Lana Lang. So, you know, very Superman influenced here, especially since it looks like a Kent farm. So heading back into Lagoon Boy, we get to see what exactly it is that he's doing. He's actually in a simulator, the same way that Wally West is also in a simulator. And Wally, he goes there to see his family, to see his wife and his kids. And if that doesn't tear your heart out of your chest, I don't know what will. Just the fact that he's reeling with the idea that he doesn't have this, and he could have. This was his memories, and that was torn from him. But continuing on, we get to the first day of Booster Gold's life at Sanctuary, and we find out a bit more about the Sanctuary masks and the robes, and the fact that anyone who's there can wear those inside common areas in an attempt to conceal their identities, but they can also go to chamber sessions where they will be escorted. And there are common areas where you can wear the whole robe and mask combination or choose not to. It's really up to you, honestly. So that way you keep the whole anonymity thing alive. And yeah, we get back to Lagoon Boy's chamber session, and it really hurts, the fact that he's reliving his last battle and the memories of his teammates screaming and suffering, and then him being zapped by a laser through the chest. And that's what he's decided to go through multiple times in this simulation. It's pretty devastating. But back with Wally West, he's back in the timeline when he's with his kids fighting crime, and you know, they fight Captain Cold. But it's not real. It's just a simulation. So back with Booster Gold, he's wrapping his mind around what should he be going through with the simulation, what should his chamber session be, and the machine's telling him anything. It can literally be anything, but there should be a reason why you're there. You should know why you're there. And we're dealing more with Lagoon Boy, and it's just the fear and the pain, and he wants to know that he's real and that the laser isn't. So back with Wally West, he's tucking his kids in, and he's telling them that he loves them. And I love that in this moment, Iris is asking him exactly how he got his powers and telling him that just kind of sounds a little silly to her. So back with Booster Gold in his chamber session, he's actually across from himself. And I love that the computer's actually kind of making fun of him here a little bit. He's telling him, hey, you could be on a beach in Honolulu surfing with a Tamaranian princess. Hint, hint. Starfire behind me, just saying. But instead, you chose to talk to yourself. So back with Lagoon Boy, he decides to leave the laser, and he's just not feeling it right now. After all these hundreds of times that he's been there and he's been zapped by it, he can't tonight. So as Lagon is actually leaving his chamber session, an emergency beacon gets put out throughout all of Sanctuary, telling everyone to proceed to the nearest exit. Of course, this is where we see Wally West tearing through in full costume, and a number of other patients of Sanctuary, still in their robes and such, concealing their identities. But, we're going to jump past this whole Booster Gold fighting with himself because, dealing with issues. So, unfortunately, we get to see as Lagoon Boy found... Really? I have cats. I'm so sorry.
You want to go take care of them really quick?
No, it's fine. We get to see as Lagon, aka Lagoon Boy, finds a number of the other patients have been murdered, including, if you'll remember, Kid Devil, Red Devil, what have you. It's right there, all grown up. But he's stabbed the same place where that laser always hit him. So it's kind of terrifying because when he shot through, he just looks down and looks at it, and he starts to laugh because that was his one big fear the entire time. And unfortunately, we get to see this heart-wrenching moment where Wally actually finds Roy Harper's body, and he's apologizing to him. He just, the kids, he didn't want to be alone. So there we get to see apparently Wally West being killed by Harley Quinn and Beatrice, her mallet. But I don't really buy that, honestly. So here we get to see Booster Gold finding her and her asking him, well, how's your first day going so far? It's, well, everyone's dead. And as we end up, we get to see all of the possible victims, or potentially possible suspects, depending on the ones whose bodies we may or may not have already seen. And them just going through a little bit of a roll call at the very end of the issue. So I gotta tell you, this, as much as the story frustrates me and upsets me, I do love what King's doing here with his concept of mental health and the struggles there and dealing with trauma. I do really appreciate that. I love Clayman's art throughout as well, but definitely some issues there with my heart. Seeing Wally West with his kids was really heart-wrenching, and dealing with a few of my Titans being struck down was also really traumatic for me, but definitely still a pretty solid read, and definitely something I will be keeping on my pull list. So as per usual, guys, please do give me a like if you like this video, comment below and tell me some of the cool things. This is not a what's in my pull box video. I'm a little lost right now. So comment below and tell me what you thought of this comic. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content, or check out any of my older videos I have up for offer here on Catherine Figures. I'm so sorry. It has been a very long week for me. Lots of stuff going on. Mark's sick, and I think I might be catching it. I'm not gonna lie.
You're welcome.
But until next time, guys. Bye.